Gene Moore.
That's my name, Gene Moore. Like people say, what is your name? Gene Moore. And my first name, if you say, what is your first name? It's Gene.
Ooh.
So I just,
anyways, so this is show number, who knows? Six. Woo! Oh my God. We haven't killed each other yet. Yeah. This is awesome.
And in the studio, look who we have today. Yay.
Oh my God.
I know. A supermodel, right?
I love it. Hey, you guys, last week we just started our live video feed on Ustream, and it's an extra added component to
Can I just say something about that? I was not aware that my back fat would be on the show mostly, and so that camera right there gets my back fat. Fuck you.
You know how you get rid of back fat? You work it out.
Working it out.
Who's working it out?
I'm working it. Not really. Sucking it in.
You know, if you like looking at Gene's back fat, you can do us a favor and subscribe on iTunes.
That would be nice.
And you can also leave comments on there. We love them, the good, the bad, the ugly. And you can always catch us on qtalkamerica.com, which is the studio that we're in today.
It is. Thank you. How was your week this week?
Oh, it was very busy. And
let's talk about your week, because as everybody knows, or may not know, anyone who's watching, Ernesto did a comedy contest, the Battle to Florida for stand up live.
Stand up live, yeah.
And lost. Wah, wah, wah.
Hold on. A banana peel.
I don't know. That was the closest one. Yeah.
Well, everybody lost except one person, right? I mean, it's not that you did bad. You got to the second round, and I think you could have just barely gotten to the finals. It would have been close. I didn't agree with one of the people they put in. Won't mention names, but I thought you could have easily been in there.
You know who did win was a very talented comedian. His name is Chris Bennett.
Okay.
Really
very, very funny. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah.
And didn't Kristen Alberts make like a runner-up or something?
Yeah, and she made runner-up, so she's going to get I think she opens up for, what's that guy? Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
And she was a guest on our show. Congratulations, girl. Yeah. I'm very happy that that those people won.
And I like how I thought you handled it very classy. You were competing with your friends, and I thought you handled that very well.
Gene, what am I supposed to do?
Did you cry?
I would snatch somebody's hair.
I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like you. You're not funny.
No, I just think doing comedy is hard enough. To do it in a competition with your friends that's too much.
You know, I think it was easier with your friends. If it would have been some douche that I didn't know, it would have been different. But I wanted everyone to win.
Girl, you gotta have the eye of the tiger. Well,
the only one I was concerned about at that moment was myself. But when I was out of the picture, I was very happy that other people were winning.
Well, then I was sad too that Jonathan Gregory did not go forward either, and he's my favorite. And I've been eating up a storm, so thank you, Stand Up, for helping me gain weight.
I have seen you posting various foods you're about to eat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get to blame it on something.
And Gene, it's so funny because Gene was panicking.
I was panicking.
He was panicking. I wasn't so much.
I'm like texting because I couldn't be in that.
And you know what, Gene? You know what? I went on stage and I'm like, hey, doing my thing, and I feel bzzzt. Oh! When I look later, it's Gene Moore.
Oh my.
Looking sad.
How are you doing? How are you doing? I wanted to, and I was texting people that I knew were in the room, and I was saying to them, "Hey, how's it going?" And people were not texting me back. So
I was watching the show. They were watching the show.
I know, but I was nosy. I just couldn't deal with it.
Gene can hear you, and the magic hand comes out.
I know.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, sexy Eric.
It is.
Is this shown on the video where it's creepy hands?
No, it will show. We have.
Does he wipe your mouth when you drool? This is no personal assistant.
It's about the Addams Family.
It is. No, and we never acknowledge Chris and Eric. They help us in so many ways with the controls and keeping us on time. Thank you so much. As you can see, Eric's hand, it's a star. Eric, can we see your hand one more time? The hand.
Beautiful action right there.
Beautiful hand.
He could be a hand model. So.
He could.
Kenny, how was your week?
My week was good. I worked a lot.
Yeah.
Worked. I don't have any shows coming up. Oh, last weekend I made a video for YouTube with my roommate's YouTube channel. His YouTube channel is Zach Sketch. And we do these two characters called Gretchen and Bailey. And they're two teenage girls. And they just like to have fun and party.
Sounds fun.
And they just, one's more goth. And the character I play, Bailey, is a little more pop princess. And she's a homeschool girl. But she knows how to get down. I'm just telling you.
Kenny, and how is this a character for you?
How is this a stretch for me? Yeah. Not really. I mean, I am a teenage girl. Our last video, I choreographed a dance to.
I choreographed a dance.
No, Kenny was in the Arizona State Fair commercial.
Yeah, I was in Arizona State Fair as a hip hop dancer.
I love it.
I choreographed a dance for "I Knew You Were Trouble" and Gretchen and Bailey. Bailey's trying to teach Gretchen the dance in the video, and we actually got two real teenage girls sounds terrible, but they were playing our best friends, and their moms were there watching us film this video. But it kind of added a cool element to the characters that like real teenage girls were there.
We'll put it on our
page. It just sounds like hijinks.
Yeah,
fun and hijinks.
No, it's just fun and hijinks. Yeah, if you look up Zach Sketch, we have made 3 videos. There's a sleepover video. Our newest one is the
sleepover video.
The sleepover video.
That wasn't with the girls, right? That wasn't with the girls, right?
We played Truth or Dare. She dared me to snort a pixie stick. Oh my god, it was crazy.
I guess now that Michael Jackson's dead, you're looking to fill that role, sleeping with people.
And we went there already.
Do you know what? I love that Martin Brashear. Am I saying it right? Martin Brashear. That video that he has where he's like, sleeping with kids is beautiful. It's wonderful. It's a beautiful thing. I love it. I could watch that over and over. It's because he's insane. You know, I like him, but he's insane. So I don't know. So what else did you do this week? Did you entertain? Were you trained after that?
Yeah, and I did the fundraiser last week. I ran out to do the fundraiser with the
Congresswoman.
The Congresswoman, she's great. I love her.
Yeah.
The crowd was tough, very tough crowd.
Yeah.
You know, working in a club or wherever. And having that crowd as opposed to a crowd in a fundraiser, it's very, very different. No, so
were they just afraid to laugh, or
no? You know, they did laugh, and it was good. I think I'm just spoiled.
You're used to that instant
laugh. Punch, you know, there was laughs, and you know, when I think back, there was like the polite chuckles or whatever. But
it's got to be one of the toughest crowds if you think about it. You know, he's very people may be afraid to laugh at a lot of different things. So.
Yeah, and I try to clean it up.
Yeah,
I tried.
And you know,
still messy. Those are stains. Those are stains.
I know. But no, I probably shouldn't say it. Well, I should say it, but I shouldn't say it. I think sometimes those people, they don't know them. They're not relaxed and confident with themselves enough to laugh. You know what I mean?
You know, so funny that there was a.
Is that okay to say? I don't know.
It's a little judgy.
I can't believe you said that.
I know. Geez. Well,
I don't feel good about myself once I'm judging.
Are you really reading, fans?
No, I'm just saying those HRC people are different from me.
It wasn't HRC.
It wasn't?
No.
Oh, then I love them.
You know what's so funny? There was a kid who was getting the first scholarship there. And he brought his parents, and obviously his parents are straight. And I was worried the most about them, but the dad was cracking up. Yeah, and at the very end he said, I love your act. Yeah, I know. Wow. So I got his number.
I love you. So I slept with him.
You better got
now I'm a daddy, everybody. So he has a kid to play in your little videos.
So
yay.
Yeah, but it was fun. I mean,
Nate, I saw you perform this week. It was really good. I mean, I love your energy. I love how you stay in character. I love how you're committed. I mean,
thank you very much.
I couldn't do what
I don't know why I said like Elvis.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I had a great time at Jackson's. It was really cool.
I mean, just keep going and going. I mean, people were loving it. I was sitting in the back and people were loving it. Am I too close to the mic?
No, you're good.
Okay.
But yeah, I had a great time. It was a fun show. You didn't host as you normally do, so gave you some opportunities to work on some jokes. So that was good.
You didn't host?
No, I am doing a showcase, which is on the 14th, which is Thursday. I do these showcases every couple of months where it's all brand new material. So I was testing out new stuff. And if you're looking for something to do on March 14th,
please 8 p.m. What time is it? It's at 7 p.m. Sorry.
Yeah. So it's different from my normal set. It's new stuff. So if you're looking, please come down and see me. You know what? That's the thing about comedy. When you see it at the local level, you see people progress and they do different things. And a lot of people think you just come out. It takes a lot of time.
It takes a long time.
It takes a lot of time.
One thing, I'm sorry.
Can you go ahead?
We really had some silly fun. It was kind of dumb, but it was a sense of camaraderie at that show because before a lot of us made it packed just for no reason. Like you got to open with a Michael J. Fox joke. As dumb or lame as that was, we kind of just did it, and it's just makes a little energy more, fun because you're doing something. You have to think of it in a few minutes, a few seconds.
You could have told me I wasn't in this.
I want to hear it now. Pretend you're on stage.
Okay.
Gene Moore.
I do. Yeah, I always say I'm going to invite my dad to my wedding, my gay wedding. But here's the thing: my dad doesn't like fags. So he really doesn't like fags. And so when he sees gay people, he always goes and he says, "Hey, look at that guy. He's a little like this." I'm like, "What is he?" He's like this. And I'm like, "Dad, what is it? Is it a guy playing a tambourine?" And he's like, "No, I said that guy. He's like you. He's like this." And I'm like, "Oh, Dad, is it Michael J. Fox?" And people usually boo. So
Oh, it's a sensitive subject.
It is. Well, people love him.
Have you seen his son? His son is like handsome little guy.
Very handsome.
Taylor Swift's gonna snatch him. I can tell you that.
I know. And he was waving. He was like this, and I was like, "Oh, just like his dad."
Quick, go to the doctor.
Oh God.
He can make a mean margarita. You just shake it.
Yeah, we have to make the lid on first.
Oh my gosh. So we have.
I'm sorry, Michael J. Fox.
We do have breaking news. Do you want to lead the news about our what we're doing?
Yeah.
This
Okay.
is breaking news.
Breaking news. Very exciting.
Buckle up,
Hold on.
bitches.
Breaking news.
All right. So I'm very excited to announce. We are very excited to announce that the Working It Out crew. So that includes who?
Kenny,
Millie,
Rachel, Kenny, Nathan,
Kenny again.
You,
Yeah.
Kenny,
Mostly Kenny.
We will be performing at this year's Phoenix Pride.
Yay! Woo! Who's working it out?
Yeah.
And Ray Howard will be our host.
Oh my God! And Ray Howard is going to be the host.
Yeah.
So it's very, very exciting. We're going to be on a couple stages. We have a lot planned for it. There's going to be some surprises, but we are going to make you laugh your ass off.
Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
So we're very excited. And you know, Phoenix Pride is one of the largest prides in the nation, and a lot of smaller prides actually use Phoenix Pride as the model for their prides. So
We're test subjects.
we're test subjects. Yes.
Yes.
So I love it.
It's a big city. This is a big deal.
So you're going to be hearing more every week leading up until Pride.
Yeah, and we'll be exhausted because we're rehearsing and we're in rehearsals, and so let's see how it ends up. At the end, we may not like each other.
It's
very
gonna be
well.
fabulous. It's gonna be fabulous.
Well, if we don't, then yeah.
Do you guys go every year? Because this will be my first time.
Oh, you've never been to a Pride event ever? Have you ever seen it on TV?
I didn't know it existed.
What? Okay, let me tell you.
You need to
this.
wear the gold lame,
What's that?
and we need to paint you full of glitter.
Yeah. Here's the deal.
Otherwise, you can't go.
It's like the one day where the gays take over. You know how black people get the whole month? So we get one day. We get one day.
Isn't there a theme to the?
Equality and justice
here's
for.
what you see: boys in super tight shorts, super tight. You see women
you
holding
see,
hands.
You see boys dressed as girls, girls dressed as boys. You don't even
That's
know what the
probably
hell
every
that
year.
is, but you know you want to get with it.
You see things that you know, you're like, ooh, that's a little gay for
I know
me.
I'm gonna say
That's a
things I
little gay.
can't. Yeah.
I'm afraid that the Lord Jesus is going to come back on that day, and I'll have some explaining. I'm like,
But it
oh.
is a family event. We should.
It is.
Yes.
It is a family.
It is.
There's a
It
family
is.
Bring the
bonus.
kids. They can buy a pair of chaps for them assless. It'd be great.
Yeah, and you know that's a bigger thing now because more gay people are getting kids, which to me is a little weird. Can I just? The best part about being gay is that we don't have to get married and have kids, and now.
What?
You know I want to.
Come
You
on.
know.
There's a lot of people that like kids.
Why am I always the only one out here with normal views? Why are you guys always fighting me? I'm just saying, you know.
I don't
that's
want
the
kids
best
either,
part.
but I don't know if that's the best part.
Father's the best part.
Fatherhood's amazing. I can't wait to be a father. I really. That's
Or
what I
a
want
mother.
so bad. Or a mother. Whatever. Might be a single mom.
With the latchkey kid.
yes. I don't know how would a single dad get a kid.
I mean, as long as the kid's raised in love, I guess that's more important.
Can I rent out a uterus for 9 months?
You could.
And
You
just take
could.
whatever
You
comes
could.
out of
You
it.
could. Hey,
Some
so
single dads, usually the mom is still involved though.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
very true.
I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't. The
Come up,
idea of
check
having
us
to
out,
get
the
married and all that, I just don't. I don't know. I don't
Or I could find a lesbian.
You could.
Let's do that. Applications.
Kenny is now taking applications for lesbians with
Your
a
baby
clean
will
uterus.
come out.
With a
Your
clean
baby will
uterus.
come out so white and bright.
And you know when you have your baby, you know what you'll need to do is tell them stories. And you'll need to tell them stories. And you'll be exhausted because parents are exhausted. So you might need the help of audible.com.
Which is one of our sponsors.
Which is one of our sponsors.
And
Like
you
that
can-
segue?
You
Yeah.
could. And
That
you
was
can
a
get
good
a free
segue.
download. You can get a free download. Kenny, should you have a child, you'd be able to get a book.
Yes.
You get a free download. Yeah, so you just have to visit audibletrial.com/QTalkAmerica and you will get a free book.
Ooh.
You don't necessarily need to have a kid to go there and check out a
Yeah,
book.
you don't have to. Yeah, I've gotten a few there. Yeah.
There's some
For
adult
example,
books.
myself, I'll get a book, Living Gay and Happy with No Kids. So that's a book that I'll be writing.
That's what you're writing.
I will.
You'll be
You know
able-
what? In the crazy news this week, there's a lot going on. Just if we're going to talk about conjunctions, butt is the one I'm going to talk about. That's my transition.
Butt?
What in the butt? So that guy, was he in Mississippi? Where was he at?
You know what? I have the story up
No,
here.
not Mississippi. Where is he?
It says
He was in the hospital tweeting.
That was the baby in Mississippi.
Yeah, that was the baby in Mississippi. You know, it doesn't say where he was from, but I love the headline. Twitter users at Grawley says he has a dildo stuck up his butt. Live tweets, hospital trip. Tweets, That's the headline.
So he has a dildo, and I've seen the picture. If you've seen the picture, the X-ray of it, he really had that. He jammed that shit up there.
It looks like
far.
It's stuck in his like spinal cord.
I don't know. How horny are you?
It looks like a big high tech one that spins around. And
you know what?
Right, that's no cheap one. That's
I would want it out too.
That might be my ex-boyfriend. I had an ex-boyfriend who was trampy. He could have done that. I don't know. He could hide drugs up there. He could put keys up there, but he put that dildo up there. That's a mess.
And his name was Trampy. just to confirm, that's his name.
It says on his tweet, LOL, shout out to Gene Moore.
As long as he was thinking of me.
Trampy, he hasn't moved on.
I know.
Same old Trampy.
He sent you a picture of himself.
I know.
An X-ray.
To my favorite pain in the ass.
This reminds me of you.
Can you imagine going to the hospital? I mean, first, did they have to lay down to go there? I mean, did they put? I don't know. How did you drive yourself?
How can you sit when you drive? Period. Like, how did he get there?
You go over bumps slowly.
Or maybe he liked it.
I don't know.
But you don't know if he didn't.
Guess what? I guess the last person that told him to go fuck off. Really? Go fuck yourself.
You know, I used to work at a hospital, and we would laugh because when we'd look at the X-rays, there you could see everything that was going on. For example, like if someone had a piercing down there, everyone would go around and be like, "Oh, girl, look at this guy." Yeah.
Like it's so taboo. For the audio viewers, they didn't see that.
Oh gosh.
I know.
Sometimes we share too much, but dildo in the butt, I don't know. I think I would just die. I don't think I would tell anybody.
Have you ever seen those things where like people will put like a light bulb up there? But that
would break.
I'm amazed. Because, I think
that seems like the worst thing.
Remember that whole 2 girls in a cup thing? It was like everything disgusting was coming out, and all these disgusting videos were coming out. There was a guy that they showed during that time. He had put a light bulb in there and it busted, and there was like all this blood coming out.
Good.
Who was the hamster guy? Richard Gere.
Yeah,
he put hamsters in his bum.
Listen,
in his bum.
He put hamsters in his arsehole.
I know. It's ours. I just want to do a public announcement. If you know, don't put shit up your ass. I mean, just put normal shit.
Like
What's wrong with dicks? I mean, is that enough?
Yeah, because they don't. I mean,
I'm looking at you. You know what I'm talking about. Isn't that enough?
I don't. Your girlfriend's finger.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, what do straight people put up there?
Well, you can put a cucumber, you can put a toothbrush, you can put a corn on the cob. But do you have to put shit so far up there they have to go to the hospital?
And you can see Gene live at
at the comedy spot where you can get real comedy in Scottsdale's oldest comedy club in the Old Town. Hey, what about the Visine girl? That's a funny story too.
Well, yeah. So this guy was pissed off at his girlfriend. And he actually got arrested and charged $2,500, I believe it is, for putting Visine in his girlfriend's drink. And
when you put Visine in a girlfriend's drink, they shit everywhere.
The line was that they had was, if she's gonna talk shit, she's gonna shit.
Guess who would wanted to shit and couldn't? The guy with the dildo in his ass.
He should have put Visine in his drink. Shot right out.
Nice.
Right out.
So you had to pay a $2,500 fine. That's a big check to write.
I know. Can you imagine? And just for putting Visine, I didn't even know that worked.
I wonder how much Visine you need to do. I'm not that I'm like premeditating anything, but.
Wedding Crashers, they put in a good 2-3 squirts.
And it worked?
Good 2-3
squirts.
Yeah.
A movie.
You haven't seen that movie? That movie's hilarious.
No, but you know what?
I think I fell asleep.
I think we should test it out. I think someone will get
Ray Howard. Someone point at me.
I think
you with that shit.
Yeah. Who has a date later?
Yeah, we'll test it out. We'll put it on somebody and see what happens.
I'm going to a dinner party. Does anybody have any Visine? I'll just.
You know what? I'm really worried about. I'm really, really worried about Justin Bieber. Have you guys heard about him?
Yeah, he's going crazy.
Oh no, what's going on?
What's up with Biebs?
He's going crazy. He's in London.
No.
He's in London having breakdowns. He's having breakdowns at his birthday parties. He's he collapsed on stage.
And he was in the hospital and
he's tweeting all about it.
Tweeting all about it. Twitter
what was he saying?
It's fucking dangerous.
Was it like, girl, I'm going crazy, but not crazy for you, girl, just crazy?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what.
Girl, I'm going crazy, not crazy for you, just crazy.
I really need some help. This isn't a joke.
You know,
this is just a song.
At work, I listen to the BBC radio, and the little girls were on there live, and they're like, we just love him, and he's 2 hours late. Why? I just want to be near him.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You know, I think all Justin Bieber needs is a Beauty and the Beast.
A Beauty and the Beast?
That can make his life complete.
A Beauty and a Beat and the Beat, isn't it?
Beauty and the Beat. I don't know.
A Beauty and the Beat. I thought it was
Beauty and the Beat. Yeah, because
that makes sense. I thought it was
Beauty and the Beast.
I thought because he's Disney. I thought. It's a Beauty and the Beat. That makes so much sense. I'm like, why is he plugging Disney in the song?
Is anyone surprised that he's losing it? Like, grown-ass adults can't handle fame, and he grew up.
He's famous.
Yeah,
he's very, very famous.
I think they do it. I think you get professional people that tell you to go crazy at a certain point.
I don't think they need to tell you. I think you can easily go crazy.
That's how they transition you into a bigger act.
Oh, you think that might be right?
Crazy,
but
think of all of them: Britney Spears, and then who's the guy? Iron Man.
Charles in Charge.
Robert Downey
Jr. He didn't. He was
Charles
shit, and then went crazy, and then it's good.
Yeah, but it wasn't real crazy. They all knew. They're like, hey, listen, in April, don't book anything because you're going to be crazy that month. Oh, that sounds crazy. Okay. I can't wait.
Like it's on the schedule. So you're going to put out your new album. We're going to tour.
No, I go crazy.
Totally
believe it.
They did. Remember Ellen DeGeneres? She was with that girl, and they're like, listen, you're going to break up with her, but don't worry, we're going to make everyone hate her. Yeah. We're going to make her crazy. Oh, sounds like a plan.
Oh yeah, and I do hate that girl.
And
it worked.
Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes it can be manufactured.
If we get famous, they're going to do that to us too.
Ooh.
Who am I going to break up with?
Well, it's harder for us because we're Mexicans and they only let one Mexican be famous at a time. So
but I speak Spanish, so I can do it the Mexican.
Ooh, and then you're just like eating burritos naked on a corner. They're like, ooh, Ernesto, he's breaking down.
Because that's how Mexicans go crazy.
Eating burritos on the corner.
Eating burritos on the corner.
But they only let one Mexican famous at a time. Like right now, it's like George Lopez and maybe Jennifer
Selena
Gomez.
No, within I'm Colombian.
Go back to the beginning. It's look when TV started. Desi Arnaz, and then it became Ricardo Montalban, and then it became Eric Estrada, then it became George Lopez.
Menudos.
And guess what? They're having an opening. Ernesto, we have a shot. There's an opening.
Yeah, I know.
You guys have to fight for it.
Sophia.
I'm from the ghetto. I can fight.
Took that spot.
Who?
Sophia Vergara.
Oh,
girls don't count. He didn't say any girls.
Yeah, girls don't count.
No, girls don't.
Only one Mexican man at a time.
To us, no.
Shout out to Sophia.
God,
Mexican.
How'd you bring that up?
I think white people can only handle one.
Yeah, Family. You guys watch Modern Family? It's an amazing show.
She is. She's for a girl. No.
She's a spicy tamale. Did you see her when she did the on Saturday Night Live when she did friend She did the nanny.
I missed it.
No.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, she was exactly like her too.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
Justin's hosting tonight.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, the musical.
Again?
You mean again?
I feel like he hosts like every week.
I feel like you're hating on Justin right now.
I know.
He's the funniest member of the cast.
Yeah, he is.
He is funny.
Yeah, he is very funny.
And
why are you sarcastic right now?
No, he is very funny. I like when he dances around in that soup outfit.
Oh yeah.
I never look at Stowe.
Did you guys see that?
Oh yeah, Ernesto, I got this bitch.
Come on down,
my friend. I got a fucking pen. I'll stab you, bitch.
What's going on?
I'm so angry lately. I don't know what's
Well,
I'm very upset about Justin, and you guys are not sharing my outrage.
Why are you upset?
No.
Spill it,
Justin Timberlake, though, he did the Brit Awards. He did a phenomenal. And
I was talking about Timberlake, not Bieber.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of his music, but he did a phenomenal job. He did now on the Grammys he wasn't so good. But
why do you're insane.
You're obsessed with
Beyonce and Justin Timberlake.
You are obsessed with Beyonce.
Did you notice? I watched the BBC. Do you see how he came up?
I watched the BBC.
And on the British Music Awards. Fuck the Grammys. The British music.
I don't think he did well on the Grammys.
The handkerchief for choreography, and then he rocked it out with Jigga, and then he went to the steamy slow song at the end. With
because who was he singing with? Jay-Z. Thank you. And Jay-Z and Beyonce, they just don't. They lose me. They lose me every time.
Oh my god.
I
can't even look at you right now.
I don't understand why you guys aren't normal. Really, right. I'm praying for you. I'm gonna go home and
then we asked Gene who he likes, and it's some obscure band.
Yes, please tell me who is talented in the music industry.
Yeah. Who is your female?
Tom Goss. He's from Washington.
See? Who?
I know that.
No, but you know who is talented and will be here at this Pride is Eric Hillman or Hyman.
See, you don't even know.
Oh, Eric Hyman. Eric Hyman. He says that on stage. You can't even remember.
He's very cute.
And Black Carl. Have you heard of Black Carl?
No.
They're a local band. They're amazing. She is so cute and sexy.
Oh,
and
really?
It's like they're Phoenix's best kept secret, but they're gonna blow up. I
just
know.
And Carmen
and the Veronicas. Who are the Veronicas?
Yeah. They're these two Australian girls that have dark hair. I think they're twins. I'm pretty sure they're twins.
I already know who they are.
Yeah, and they're like, you go, ooh, ooh, I go, la, na, na, na.
I like that song.
Sounds horrible.
Do you know? Have you ever seen those two?
Go see them.
This is hilarious to me. It's a gay Christian couple. What is their name? They're one's super blonde and they're so cheesy.
Nemesis Rising.
Oh
right?
my God.
These twin boys. I
Nemesis
hated them
Rising.
so much. Oh my God, they were so bad.
It's crazy.
Oh, I want to like pull my hair out right now.
They're a Christian band?
They're from a Christian family. Jehovah's Witness.
Well, the ones I'm talking about, they're a couple and they live in L.A. and they're so cheesy.
They're not a couple. They're twins.
Well, the ones I'm talking about, they
came out as a couple.
They came out and they sing and they do these cheesy songs and they are over the top cheesy. I mean, like, it's so bad. It's horrible. And they're so, we just do it for the fans. And you've never seen them? They do Pride events.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture. And
We'll
you'll
have
be
to book a ticket.
They
for
take
sure.
themselves so serious. So serious.
Shit.
They're very. And I seen them at a church. Because I went through a period where I'm going to go to church. And there they were at the gay church.
That's so rebellious of you.
Yeah.
Do you go to a gay church?
No.
Why?
I don't worship gays. I'm Catholic.
Yes.
I worship on my knees.
Ooh.
Oh, so anyways, what else happened?
You know what? We have our friend Joe on the line, which is what is Joe, the founder of this radio station?
Yes, he is.
He said, don't forget to announce your Twitter names and Facebook pages.
Oh,
we
yes.
We do have a Facebook page.
Yeah, we do have a Facebook page. You can type in Workin' It Out, and we will pop up. You'll see our graphic Gene's beautiful face on there.
Oh, I was sitting on my leg. Now my leg is really sore. Eric, we rubbed my leg. No, do we have a Twitter too?
No, we don't. But you have it. Do you have a Twitter?
Yeah.
I do for the corporate comedy. I do, but not.
Oh, what is that?
I mean, I don't even know how to do it. The girls do it.
Oh God.
Okay. Well, my Twitter account is the Kennergy.
Oh,
You do?
And my Facebook is Kenny Be Funky.
But I mean, how do you have time to Twitter and Facebook?
And I wasn't done. And my Instagram is I am the Kennergy.
yeah. Mine's not as creative. Mine's Ernie Ortiz for Twitter, and Ernesto.Ortiz.
What do you tweet?
I tweeted.
I lost.
I still wasn't done. My MySpace is Kenny from the block. I had a J-Lo face.
My Tumblr.
My Tumblr is hot guys in sweatpants.
Hey, can you talk about the Grindr stuff? Are you not doing that, or is your
Grindr stuff? Yeah, I could talk about Grindr stuff.
Do you do that still, or no?
No, I don't. But I was obsessed for a while, like
what
with those little
you
cubes and just talking to guys and then not meeting with them.
Grindr is what?
Sending them pictures of my naked body holding things to censor my penis.
That's beautiful. It's art.
And what made you just stop doing it? What you just?
I don't know. I just I've been around town and I'm proud of that. I think everybody needs to be sexual beings. We're sexual beings.
I agree.
Be with it. But I was having hookups and then I would leave that and I would just feel very empty. And not that I did anything dirty or wrong, but I was just kind of done with it. And then I got and then I got genital warts. So it's like, hold on.
Wow.
Yeah, we got to simmer down.
That's a twist in the story.
So then I was like,
so now that's your lead. That's your lead. And could you not touch any of our shit?
Yeah. No, it's all cleared up.
I had you at my house and you sat on my goddamn couch.
Can you check your dog later?
I know. Anyways,
I burnt those off. That's what you got to do is burn them off.
They freeze them off, right?
And I use this liquid and you acid. I just acid.
The little face was on the.
We air live. We can't edit any of this stuff.
I understand. But I just think people need to know, like HPV.
They know now.
And a lot of people have it, and just you don't.
Well, when the genital warts people need a spokesperson, I'm so glad that they found one in you.
They got me. I'm just saying, be proud of every little wart.
How did you know that? How did you know that?
Every bumpy crevice.
What?
How did you know? I mean,
you saw him.
I Googled
saw them probably.
No, you felt something that was a little bit.
Kenny, is that what you showed us in the studio? That one day, and you said it was a spider bite?
No, that was a real spider bite.
Ew.
No, that wasn't on my genitals. No, it was like I thought it was a skin tag at first because I get those sometimes on my armpits.
Yeah.
And I just rip them right off. But and I'm not going to do that with this. So then, I went to the doctor and I'm like, hey, how do I get rid of this? He's like, oh, well, this is something different than just a skin tag. You have the human papillomavirus, which is HPV, and it sometimes displays itself through a wart, kind of like the herpes simplex virus can be herpes or a cold sore, or it's just a virus that you get.
Not everybody, motherfucker. Not everybody.
And now I have it for the rest of my life. It's nothing.
Well, you'll never be alone.
And Kenny's Instagram is...
and it's just another reason for someone to love me. I'm just...
Oh, Kenny, you're
depending on how many outbreak, many reasons.
Does it come like do you mark down like on the 3rd to the 5th I'm going to be busy putting on wart medicine or what?
Oh no, do I plan this? No, I just get rid of them and then let my dick heal, and you can't like touch it.
When we're speaking medical terms, you couldn't say penis. Can we not?
Yeah, my penis. And I couldn't,
do you know who gave this to you? Mm-hmm. Do you want to say his since you've already shared?
Don't say his name.
No,
don't say his
name. Oh, really? No, his name is too much.
Yes.
His name is. That's the line.
Yeah, he also
is that where we're at right now? Is that where we're at? Right. Okay.
He gave me flowers too.
It's a give and take.
You know what, guys?
Nobody talks about that. We're all just focusing on the bad.
He was sorry.
He was sorry.
No, he's happy about it. I got you good.
I don't know. I mean, it'd be fun to trace this to find out who he got it from and then get to the bottom of it.
Like a Nancy Drew mystery.
Yeah, and it ends up being his dog licking him or something.
That should be a future episode.
Yeah, bring him in for This Is Your Dick's Life.
Guys, Kenny. 4 out of 5 people, or 1 out of 5 people have HPV. It's like, there's so many.
What?
Yeah, this is statistics. We're going to count.
The math is done.
1 out of what? 1 out of 5 people have HPV.
Damn.
And you could have
Pardon my math, but
it doesn't display itself, and not always.
But it does with big warts.
With warts or cancer in the girls, that's why they get the vaccination. That's why it's important because it's rampant spread. I mean, everybody.
So much about stuff.
Now I'm worried because if you're a candidate for that, you're a candidate for other things.
Well, with men, I don't know if we're sensitive. You're gonna have to Google that at home.
Hey, and you know what?
We have a guest. I don't know how we segue out of this.
Before we do that, I said it was the wrong Joe. I thought it was the wrong from You Talk America, but we loved you as well, Joe.
We love Joe.
But this is Joe from the Comedy Spot.
Oh, Joe Torres.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Joe. We love him. What did he say in the message?
Oh, he said, hey, make sure to, give your Twitters and Facebooks and your history about HPV.
And thank you, Joe. Thank you.
You can follow my HPV
You know what? You should give your dick warts Twitter account.
You know what?
They're gone now. They're dead.
You know what would be fabulous if
unless they make a comeback.
We missed you, the comeback show. Like Cher 3 or 4 times.
Farewell tour.
Farewell tour of my genital warts.
I love that Cher farewell tour.
I feel bad for talking about it now, but I don't know. I'm just.
Are you embarrassed? You should.
Know what? Now you should.
When it initially happened, I was a mess. And I guess that's why I kind of wanted to say I'm open about it because.
Well, here's the deal.
I'm I'll never be loved again.
Yeah.
And sorry, you snotted.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Those are fluids. Can someone wipe us down?
Our guest is going to be using this mic soon. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Speaking about our guest, we have a guest in the house.
Let's move on.
We do. Yeah. We like to bring on our guest.
I'll let you introduce her.
I'm afraid to ask her to share the chair that you said. I'm going to tell you that right now. And I'm not even going to. Could you trade chairs right now?
Wait until it dries.
She shook my hand earlier.
Well, she didn't know. She didn't know the math.
Hindsight's 2020.
You know what? I think this is going to be our very revealing show.
Yeah.
I think that we should all go around and say something embarrassing about ourselves. No, I don't want to.
We can't top that.
I know.
We can't top that at all. No. Okay.
I topped that. That's how I got it.
Whoa. And on that note,
anyway,
yes. Well, Kenny, we thank you for being a guest.
Thank you.
And we're excited to be working with you in the comedy.
My next show at the Comedy Spot for their open mic night on April 28th. And also, I am so privileged to be a part of the Pride Show with Workin It Out.
Oh, it's gonna be fabulous. Yeah, it's gonna be fabulous. So thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll see you guys.
Bye. We love him. I love him because he's so entertaining. He's very
still in the room.
He is creative and he's funny and we just love him.
He always has a lot of energy.
He has great energy and he's not like Justin Bieber. We're not worried about him.
But he is blonde.
Now, can you introduce proper and just say the first part, just the first name.
I'll say whatever I fucking want.
Okay, thank you.
Jeez.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our special guest Tawny Dillon.
That's it. Just yeah. Okay.
Is that all right?
Yeah. It's very okay. No, do it proper.
Now. Oh, do we want to intro? Yeah.
Time for our special guest, Tawny Dillon.
Thank you.
And she's very pretty, so.
Yes. You know what? Thank you so much for being in the studio today. Thank you. And you know what? We're switching gears. This is a comedy show, and we do things that are funny. We live for the funny. But we also live in the real world where there are serious things. And this is the #1 case in Arizona right now, the murder, the Jodi Arias. Am I saying it right? Am I saying it? The #1 murder case in the country, really. Everybody's watching it. Everybody
Top of the charts.
It is. Everybody at work is watching this. They're fascinated by it. So we have a guest, and you've been watching this case closely, and I guess our first one is what kind of drew you to, like, what was the first murder case that you saw that kind of interested you, that you kind of started watching?
I started with, there was a death in my family, and it was not talked about. It was very like hush hush and quiet and kept under wraps, and nobody talked about it, and that's kind of what started my interest in, because it was so not talked about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I just started following true crime from there. And I've been reading books. I started with Helter Skelter, and I followed all the cases, Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy.
I mean, they're so fascinating how they start. Like Helter Skelter, I mean, even the writer of that, the book, I mean, everything is so descriptive. Like when he starts out, it was so quiet, the ice cubes. I mean, they planned everything because it's about the details. So, I mean, do you, after watching this case, do you feel there's a lot of comparisons to other cases, or you know what I mean? Like this is my question. Jodi, when she, I don't know, it's she's in court right now to see if she did it, but if she did do this, I just wonder, did she watch a movie? Did she watch a TV show to kind of get the blueprint or the idea of how to kill?
Well, she admitted she did it, so it's not a matter of whether she did it or not. She's come out and said she killed him. Initially, she came out and said she wasn't there, and then she said intruders broke in and killed Travis in front of her.
In front of her. And
then she finally came out after 3 or 4 years in prison and said, I did it. It was self-defense.
Oh, so let's go to the timeline. So she and him were a couple. They were living together, or they were just dating? They were just dating.
They were just dating. They met in 2006 in Vegas.
Okay.
And she lived in California. He lived here in Mesa. And they had a relationship back and forth where she would meet him in California, and they would meet in between here in Arizona, or between Arizona and California. And they became a couple. They weren't a couple for very long, probably 6 or 7 months at the most. They had a very tumultuous relationship. I think, not to take sides, but I think he was a little verbally abusive.
Okay.
And I think she was looking for somebody that loved her, and she wanted to be loved, and he showed her affection in the right way. And I think that's what, unfortunately, it created a very bad situation.
Where she just felt, because is this the true where he was dating other people, and then that's the time of the murder, he was going to go out on a date with somebody?
He was actually going to Cancun. He was going on a prepaid legal trip to Cancun. And he was taking another woman. She says she knew about it, but it was he was supposed to leave right before he was killed. And so people speculate that she was jealous over the fact of who he was taking. They had broken up by that time. They weren't a couple. She had moved back to California, but they kept meeting. They would go back and forth and meet up for sex. And so there's speculation that she was jealous on who he was taking to California. To Cancun.
Did she know about his other lovers?
She did.
Yeah.
She did. She's admitted in court that she had walked in or came to the house one day and saw him on the couch with a girl and left upset.
Wow.
My question is, what makes this kind of different than other murder cases? Why is it so much a big deal?
Because there's so many dirty little details. It's about sex. It's about religion, and the way she killed him was very brutal and very much overkill.
Yeah, I mean.
So walk me through the rest of the story. So they met. He was supposed to go on his trip, and then she murdered him. What happened the night of the murder that we know of?
They met. She actually lived here for a while, and then in April of 2008, she moved back to California, so she was no longer here. She drove from Yreka, California, which is on the border of the Oregon-California border, And she was supposed to go to Los Angeles and then meet up with somebody in Utah for a date. And instead ended up driving down here straight from Wairika into Arizona. And ended up at his house at 4:30 in the morning. And according to her, this is all according to her, she got there, they went to bed, woke up the next morning, engaged in sexual activity. He was in the shower.
Was that her? Is that a key piece right there, the shower? I mean, did she... how did the camera come into place? How did the camera come in where it was in the shower? I mean, because isn't there a picture like showing him alive and then dead at various stages?
Yeah.
How did that come into play?
She said she was that he was in the shower. They wanted to take some pictures that she had seen in a magazine, and that she'd convinced him to pose for these pictures. So they had the camera. According to her, they were in the bathroom. He was in the shower. They had the door open. She was taking pictures of him, and the funny thing is, she said she was a photographer, and the pictures are not the quality that you would expect.
Everybody says they're a photographer.
Yeah.
Everyone says they're
I got a camera on my phone, and look at this.
Yeah, I'm a DJ. I'm a photographer.
I'm a comedian.
I'm
a comedian. Yeah. So the camera. So now, like, does she put the camera on the counter?
No, according to her, she was holding the camera. She was, in the last photo of him alive, he was actually sitting in the shower, on the floor of the shower. She was crouched down, according to her, taking pictures of him, and they were taking pictures, and then she said she would show him and then turn the camera back and show him and turn the camera back. They were deleting, according to her, photos that were being taken at the time.
Oh, okay.
And she says that she dropped the camera, and in doing so, enraged him. And he got up out of the shower and said, you know, a 5-year-old can hold a camera better than you can.
Okay.
Called her names. And then, according to her, she says he got up out of the shower and body slammed her to the floor, over dropping his camera from a height of 2 feet.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
And then that's when...
Right.
That's when it all
So
happened.
the camera stayed on like an automatic, where it was just taking shots automatically on its own?
Nobody knows.
Okay.
They don't know if the camera, when it dropped, if somebody kicked it
Okay.
or if something happened mid, but they haven't, as far as I know, they have not speculated on if a timer was set. I think they're trying to figure that out.
Yeah. Because to me, that's like the key piece right there. Because that's I mean, I don't know. I mean, and then she stabs him 26 times, correct?
Yeah, there's between 26 and 29.
Wow.
But he's not dead. He doesn't die in the shower, correct?
No.
No?
No.
He
takes off running down the hall or something, correct?
Right. According to, at first it was, they said that he was shot first and then, but the casing ended up on top of blood, which indicated he had to be bleeding first because the bullet was clean. The bullet casing was clean. It was not covered in blood, so it did not roll around. And so they're saying that she stabbed him in the chest in the shower, and then he got out of the shower, made it to the sink, and that she continued to stab him. And then somehow he got down the hallway, which was a distance of about 12 feet. And at the end of the hallway between the master bedroom and the master bathroom, she slit his throat. And then she moved him. They're saying she moved him into the shower.
I mean,
wow.
How much did he weigh?
Yeah. Because she looks tiny.
Yeah, she's 5'6", I believe, and right now she's very, very petite.
Yeah,
I would be too.
Yeah, when I saw her in court, she was a lot smaller than I expected.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was very, very tiny.
So you actually attend the
Fit
court.
a lot of crazy in a little tiny person.
Yeah. So you actually attend the court.
I
you actually go to court.
I have been there. Yes.
Yeah. Oh wow. And how is that? How's the mood in the room? How's the energy?
It's very tense and very. It's just. I felt very drained, very emotionally drained, and I don't have to. It's not my family member. It's not. It was very emotionally draining. By the time we were done, I just wanted to go home. You know.
Yeah.
And
so can anyone go in there?
You can actually.
Oh, okay.
You can. Anybody can go in there. Everybody has to sit on one side. The family side is reserved strictly for family members and press, and then you have to sit. I was directly behind her mother and her aunt.
Oh.
And
do they allow food? Can you bring in like some popcorn?
Yeah, peanuts, popcorn.
Yeah.
You can bring in bottled water.
Just something you don't have to cut with a knife.
Before.
Make sure you eat before. So.
Yeah. When she was, when you're in court, do you hear them like murmuring or saying things, or they just keep very quiet?
You keep very quiet. You're instructed to.
No, the mom and.
No, they talk very quietly. They cover their mouths to keep from being having anything picked up.
Because what's embarrassing is they have to sit in that room and listen listen to those tapes and all of that. I mean, that's, to me, it's horrific for both sides of the parents. You know what I mean? The mom and the dad from both sides. It's horrible. What are you thinking?
You know, a few years ago, I also had a family member that was killed. She was murdered. And a weird thing happens when you have someone very close to you get murdered. We know how she was murdered. She was strangled by her boyfriend. And you kind of what is the word? You live vicariously through that moment, because in my mind till this day I still have things where I think the worst things, like did it hurt? Or was she choking? How many breaths did she take? What was she thinking? And you go through those things that whole time. There's a lot of details that I don't know about, that I'm not interested in knowing, and I don't want to know, as part of just a way for me to deal with it, because I know there's a lot of things that are there. I just think every time I see this, I think of how their family. If I would know if those types of things, if those types of details were out there, I don't know if I'd be able to handle it. So I just think that it's very, very tough for the family. It has to be very tough, because there's all those horrible details. Even the mom has to hear about all these sexual things that the son was doing, and so on. I just think that must be horrifying.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. You know, people react different ways to situations. If you had a death in the family, and now you kind of gravitate towards those kinds of crimes, and you kind of avoid them now. And I think that's interesting as far as the psychology, because you're interested in these things, and you're sitting in the courtroom, and you're saying it's draining on you. But in a way, I'm wondering if you find it therapeutic or cathartic, or, I mean, I know how it initially started, but at this point, I don't know I guess, why do you think you go to those extremes, like going to the actual courtroom and things, if it does maybe drain on you?
I needed to go because I have been following this case since I heard about it in September of 2008 after she had been arrested. I hadn't heard anything up to that. And I have read and seen almost as much as I can. I've seen more than most people as far as this case is concerned. And it's just, I don't have anything personal involved in it, in the sense of I'm not a family member, but I've just never had anything this extreme happen in our backyard. Yeah,
and it's close. Do you think that? I mean, she's admitted that she's murdered him. So at this point, does Arizona have a death penalty?
Yes, they do.
Okay,
is that women on death row right now?
Okay, and that's is she on trial right now for that?
She's on trial for her life. She's on for the death sentence.
Oh, okay.
And basically, right now they're just trying to decide whether she will live or die, because she will be convicted of something.
They just don't know. Yeah,
and that's why they're trying to figure out whether it was in self-defense or premeditation.
I don't think I ever heard of someone on death row in Arizona. I mean, I just made it. Do we?
I haven't heard about it.
But didn't they just execute someone?
Do we execute people? I don't know. I don't know.
I just know that there are 3 women on death row currently, and she could be the 4th.
Wow. That's. I mean, yeah. So when you look at these, when you look at people like, okay, there's a difference between like a Jeffrey Dahmer and John Wayne Gacy and like the serial killers, Ted Bundy. She's not into that category, is she? Is she like a sociopath, like someone with no remorse, or she was just a girl in a bad spot that just went really bad? Or
that bitch is crazy.
Was it that, or is she? You know what I mean? To me, I don't know. Like, when you think of somebody that could do this, like to kill somebody, and then to do it in such a way, I mean, there's a breakdown there. You know what I mean? There's an issue. That's a lot of anger. I mean, I don't know. I mean, 26 times and then shooting and then slitting the throat. I mean,
But she says she doesn't remember any of that stuff where she gets cloudy, right?
Yeah, she has a fog.
She has a fog, yeah.
Which I find convenient, but...
Yeah.
You don't do that to somebody without a memory of it. I say things that I'm embarrassed of, and I remember them forever.
Yeah, you're right.
You replay it and replay it and replay it. You just never get over. You're like, oh wow, what did I say? But
and then what I just learned, because I knew you were coming on, so I tried to pull up whatever I could. But she had talked to some some national news affiliates. And told them a totally different story. And those are being brought up now, that you lied X amount of times. Do you know how many of those she went on?
She was on Inside Edition, and she was on 48 Hours.
Yeah.
And then she was arrested. actually, I think, in jail when she did Inside Edition and said, I'm not guilty. No jury will ever convict me because I'm innocent.
Mm-hmm.
And now she said, I said that no jury would convict me because I planned on committing suicide. And I couldn't say what I really wanted to say because there was somebody sitting behind me that would have put me in the loony bin, basically.
Wow. I mean, I don't know. It's terrific. It really is.
And she says here in, what is this, in People magazine, that she lied a lot in the beginning. And she'll understand that there'll be a lot of questions, but at this point she can't really tell us what happened to the best, and she's telling us to the best of her recollection. And if she's convicted, that will be the result of her own bad choices. So
your bad choice of killing him 3 times.
Yes.
Over.
Yeah.
Just put her in jail. I'm curious about the details. That's just my personal opinion. As far as a decision, she murdered the guy. That's obvious, and lots of people lie when they get caught in murder.
Yeah, so. I think the only thing I can think of is the details are very, very important. I know when my cousin was murdered, the first thing we said, well, hang him. But we really, really needed to have all of the details so that it wasn't a case where he was able to serve only a few years and then get out of jail. And it ends up being the case where he didn't get life in prison, and he's able to up for parole in 18 years. But still, really? But the details are very important.
So you can understand the mentality of their sides. It's you're either her side or you're his side, and there's if you try to keep a middle ground, you're crucified. You really are. You can't keep a middle ground if you say you understand. What girl hasn't been used, what girl hasn't been manipulated. Even women manipulate men manipulate women. And so it's easy to understand where you could get so upset in a relationship, but you can't. I mean, in this trial, you literally cannot, you cannot pick, you either have to pick a side, you cannot have a middle ground. I have a Facebook, that I watch other ones that are following the trial, and it's cutthroat. It's absolutely cutthroat. If you dare even voice an opinion for her, like, she should get life in prison instead of the death penalty. Right. Some lady was attacked for that, and according to her, and she emailed me and said, I got threats because I'm not for the death penalty. And so she just kind of dropped off my Facebook because she said she was getting threats about that because they call her a Jody supporter. And so you just
do you get hate mail or
not yet?
No. Wow.
I hope not. I'm just trying to get the information out there for people who can't get it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people from Brazil and Australia and Russia who are contacting me and saying thank you for putting the videos out of the trial.
I saw the YouTube video. You're getting a lot of hits from that.
What is your YouTube page?
It's Tawny Dilly, TAWNIDILLY, youtube.com/Tawny Dilly.
And you also have a Twitter.
I do. It's also Tawny Dilly.
Cool. We'll do that. And I mean, it's just interesting and how at my work, people are watching this. They're watching this, and it's, people are very fascinated. I don't even know why it just didn't appear on my radar until I think like in the last maybe 3 months, but this has been going on for a while.
It has been, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it got big momentum.
Did it just started getting really televised?
Yeah.
Is that why?
It did, yeah. It when it first happened, there was a lot of coverage on it, and then it kind of fizzled out, if you will. And then now, because the trial is going on, and it's worldwide now. Everybody's talking about it.
It is very worldwide. Yeah.
I mean, I know this is going to be a movie. I mean, because it cannot be a movie. You have sex, you have murder.
Shannon Doherty, what's up?
Yeah. Oh, they're saying Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah, I saw that on HLN today. So.
And who would play him? And who would play him?
Scott Wolf.
I have no idea. They're just the one I've heard about is Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Because they're both very, very attractive. She's very attractive, so is he.
Yeah. They're young, and they're for sure, and they made mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think, people always rush to judgment, but in something like this, especially with murder, I mean, you really have to see the facts. That's why you have to go to, that's the best part of being in this country. You're innocent until proven guilty. So, I mean.
Not in the court of
not in the media. Not in the media. In the media, you're guilty of it.
Yeah. I know. But I mean, I'm not in any way condoning murder or being a Jody supporter. I'm just saying, that, to get to that point, something had to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Most people don't just, you know, oh, you cut me off in traffic, I'm going to go do that.
Right.
No, there was a lot of emotion involved in this, and it's unfortunate that it played out the way that it did. You know, if she had just not, it was literally it was one mistake. It was literally if you had just not come to Mesa, if you had just stayed in, you know, I mean, it could have been one thing that just stopped all of it.
If she didn't drop the camera, if she didn't go into the shower.
Well, if she just stayed away.
Yeah.
I mean, if she's in a situation.
Gone. Yeah. She was 1,000 miles away. There was no reason. If he was abusive, why did she come back? Why would you come back to that? Even if you love somebody, you're away, you're gone, you're out. You don't. She didn't have to come back to Arizona.
Yeah.
No, or she thought about doing it. I mean, that would be the only other thing, right?
And that's the scary thing about the premeditation is that a gun was stolen 2 weeks prior to the murder from her grandfather's house, and it's the same caliber of weapon that was used to shoot him. And so, if that is true, if it's the same weapon, which they have not proven because they have not found it, that shows premeditation. If she did, you know, why were you carrying a gun? Why did you stage it?
And the little bit of that I've seen in in the court cases, she's very articulate. She knows how to answer those questions. She's very good at spinning things. So those lawyers are having to work in this case. Yeah, I think that's also another big draw.
Bitch is crazy.
Well,
or did they make her crazy?
She is crazy either way.
She killed someone. So.
I don't know. She stares at the section where we are, which is where her mother is and her aunt. It's unnerving to watch her she literally just stares straight ahead. Sometimes I have to wonder, like if I'm watching the trial footage at home, if it's frozen up because she just does not move.
Do you think they're telling her to do that, or?
I don't know. It's very unnerving.
Oh gosh, but how do you coach that?
They do coach that. This is
they coach you on no reactions.
They coach you what to wear, how to stand, how to wear your hair.
Why would they coach her to act all icy and creepy in court?
They may tell her just don't show no emotion, devoid of emotion.
Yeah. So you know we gosh, unfortunately we're out of time. But I just want to thank you. Thank you for coming out to the show. Very, very interesting. And again, what was your YouTube page?
We have it on the screen. We do.
Well, we do.
And you know, also we never said we were sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
Sparked all that. I'm sorry that happened.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. And so we usually do a roundtable on where we're going to be. Because I pulled it up. It's a weird transition, but I'll be at the Tempe Center for the Arts on the 15th. And I'll be hosting at Stand Up Live on March 20th.
Excellent.
I'm
going to drop by Long Longs tomorrow night. It's going to be last time I do the big old elephant battle bit for a while. Because I'm going to bring back my TV satire thing.
Oh, yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that.
I'm going to have that ready for the Pride show. I think that'll be a good thing to do there.
Good.
I think so, too.
Also, end of this month, last Sunday, I think that's Easter, which is a comedy spot. And then Jackson's April 4th.
Awesome.
And then I'll be at the Comedy Spot on the weekend. So please come and see us. Book your shows in advance because they've been selling out. And it makes it a lot easier when you just do it online. You can do it at www.comedyspot.net. Thank you.
Some good shows lately, too.
Yeah.
Thank you. I know.
Awesome. Well, so thank you, guys. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you. Oh, we still have time?
We still have time. Well, then let me tell you that I, in addition to doing my showcase at the Comedy Spot on the 14th, you can also see on the 16th some other shows that we have there, too. So go to the website at thecomedyspot.net to find those. And it's in Scottsdale.
Yeah, and you know, I keep saying we're gonna put it on our Facebook, but I really am. And you know, look up
Twitter,
look up the Workin It Out show or Workin It Out, or you can even find us on Q Talk America, and I promise we will put dates and information where you can find us.
Thank you to Q Talk, we love you.
So thank you, Q Talk America. Anything else, Nate?
Just go ahead and check out the code at audio.com. Get yourself a nice little book to listen to.
Audible.com. Audible.com.
And thanks again for being a guest.
So thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Who's working it out?
We're working it out.